Hi and welcome to The Print. My name is Karanjit and I'm a journalist and an editor. Today I'd like to read you some excerpts from my column on Jaya Bachchan's recent outbursts in the upper house of the parliament. Jaya Bachchan, not Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, isn't a woman of few words, but she seems to have expended them all, repeatedly trying to explain herself to a mulish, uncaring and addled audience. The Rajya Sabha MP, who is from the Samajwadi Party, is currently serving her 5th term. She is in news for having her words ignored yet again, this time in the upper house. It all started on the 29th of July, when Bachchan objected to being addressed as Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. This was by the Deputy Chairman, Harivansh Narayan Singh. She used that opportunity to express her displeasure at the practice of women being identified by their husbands' full names, even though she has chosen to take on her superstar husband's last name. Then, a few days later, Bachchan chose to make light of the situation by introducing herself as Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. This led to a playful exchange between her and Jagdeep Dhankar, the Rajya Sabha chairperson. But this lively banter took a turn for the worse when, during a heated exchange on the 9th of August, Bachchan accused Dhankar of talking to her in an unacceptable tone. She went on to demand an apology from him. Now, Dhankar's response was that of any older Indian man who is held to account by a woman. He responded with, "You may be anybody, you may be a celebrity, but you have to understand the decorum." He said this while violating decorum himself. This led to a walkout by several opposition MPs, including Sonia Gandhi. Now, you, a concerned citizen, would be well within your rights to ask, why are precious Rajya Sabha sessions being spent on these small matters? It's really a storm in a teacup. As BJP spokesperson Sanju Verma, screaming her way through a TV debate, stated, Bachchan could simply follow a small formal procedure to decide how she wishes to be addressed. However, in the same debate, Samajwadi Party spokesperson Juhi Singh pointed out that Bachchan had actually objected to being called by that name several times in the past. That the chairperson couldn't entertain such a small request suggests a breakdown of communication between him and the MPs. Clearly, this isn't just about how someone wishes to be addressed. It's a problem that runs deeper. There are rumors that the India bloc might move an impeachment resolution against Dhankar's conduct. Meanwhile, Bachchan, speaking to the media outside the Rajya Sabha, accused him of being nasty, especially to MPs from opposition parties. She said that he had called them buddhiheen, which is stupid, or a nuisance in the past. By now, Jaya Bachchan must be used to being labelled a nuisance. The Padma Shri actor's outspokenness in Parliament, as well as outside it, particularly her very acrimonious run-ins with the paparazzi, ensures that she's constantly singled out for ridicule. And in that, she's entirely alone. In the Rajya Sabha, Bachchan is told off for being just a celebrity, which is a way to minimize her work in the parliament. She might have been nominated to the Rajya Sabha for her celebrity status, but she shouldn't be pigeonholed by it because Bachchan is actually one of our most active upper house members. She has an attendance record of 82%, which is 3 percentage points higher than the national average of 79%. And she's asked 451 questions in her tenure. Most of these range on a variety of issues like criminalizing marital rape, street children, pollution, and recently, the need for reservations within reservation for minorities in the Women's Bill. Despite that, the only time Bachchan seems to hit the headlines is for her angry bird avatar. For instance, in 2021, she lashed out at Manjinder Singh Sirsa's alleged remarks about Aishwarya Rai Bachchan being summoned in the Panama Papers case. Or the time she locked horns with Dhankar again over the suspension of MP Rajni Patil. Now, Bachchan's persona as the angry old woman of Bollywood is slowly defining her image inside the parliament. Predictably, the response to her row with Dhankar is the same as the response she draws on videos where she routinely schools the paparazzi for harassing her. Soon after the Dhankar episode, a meme which now has over 5 lakh likes, labels her Ladakin or pugnacious and Chudail or witch. This is emblematic of a particular kind of hatred reserved for Jaya Bachchan. In every such video, the comments are full of snippy remarks that empathize with Amitabh Bachchan for tolerating her. Or they go on to congratulate Aishwarya Rai Bachchan for her impending divorce, which has apparently been on the horizon for nearly as long as she and Abhishek have been married. Others go a step further, treating her like the third wheel in her own marriage. Every few months, Rekha and Amitabh shippers will put out video edits about their rumored relationship, which neither of the actors has ever admitted to. I can't imagine how exhausting it must be to be Jaya Bachchan, a superstar and a parliamentarian who has a family's worth of Bollywood royalty, but is forced to fend for crumbs of peace and privacy from an insatiable media machine. Can we really blame her for the curdled rage we witness in every other paparazzi video? A friend and I started exclusively swapping Jaya Bachchan memes a few years ago. We admired her feistiness, while occasionally laughing at her outbursts. In video after video, her crotchetiness slowly began to make sense. That timeline is now a reminder that Bachchan has been imploring the media to leave her alone for many, many years. So popular are these videos that she is now being mocked by other Bollywood actors, like Maushmi Chatterjee, who claimed that she was a much better person than Jaya Bachchan. Any celebrity who now objects to being shot, like Kajol, is immediately labeled Jaya Bachchan 2.0. At this point, it feels like media outlets, via the paparazzi, are almost goading her to get a rise out of her. In one such video at an airport, Bachchan calmly but firmly requests not to be photographed. And when the paps don't budge, she retaliates with, they should be fired from their jobs. It led one user to comment, she's just not worth the attention given to her, as it's us, the general public, that made her who she is today. This comment really goes to the heart of the problem. This entitlement over every single smidge of a celebrity's life, whether they wish to share it with us or not. Bachchan gets censured because she has broken this unspoken social contract between us and celebrities. Here's a woman who has repeatedly drawn her boundaries, only to have them consistently violated. We shouldn't have to imagine our own family or friends in the same place for our empathy to flow, but here we are. How many of us could tell our own mothers or grandmothers to just suck it up and smile for the cameras they don't want to smile at? To live in the unrelenting gaze of the media for so many years and not given to the instinct to protect their own family? To witness their very legitimate anger become fodder for the laughter of millions? Bachchan seems to be fighting an existential battle, and as far as I can see, she is not winning. She isn't even the only celebrity to have objected to paparazzi attention. Hugh Grant, allegedly, weaponized a can of baked beans against a photographer. Sean Penn violently objected to photographers at his brother's funeral. Yet these male celebrities are somehow considered defenders of their families. Reams of newsprint are expended in listening to their side of the story and how hard they tried to reason with the paps before they snapped. But a woman like Bachchan, who has attempted to reason with the paps for years, is labelled a Chudail. We've turned Jaya Bachchan's anger into a national pastime. Each paparazzi encounter, each parliamentary outburst is just another episode in this tragicomedy. Bachchan's greatest performance to date just might be her ability to maintain her sanity in a world gone mad with voyeurism.